During the COVID-19 pandemic that has caused devastation to families and so much disruption to the economy, it is more important than ever that the Wine and Spirit Wholesalers of America serve as advocates for our nearly 400 family-owned wholesaler member companies throughout the United States. As we continue to face new challenges presented by this crisis and explore how to navigate the new normal in the months to come, the WSWA Board of Directors has an important role to play, leading wholesalers through the changes our industry will undoubtedly face. From adjustments to daily operations to meeting new consumer behaviors and increased demand for doorstep convenience, our board will help to shape how the 21st Amendment is brought into the 21st century. I am honored to introduce the newly elected WSWA Chairman of the Board, Danny Wirtz of Breakthru Beverage Group. Danny is a respected leader whose energy and experience have positioned him well to lead WSWA as we shape the future of the industry and define the role of wholesalers in a new and increasingly digital marketplace. Danny's experience growing up in the family business has made wine and spirit wholesaling part of his core. But Danny's professional background is broader than just distribution. He spent 10 years outside of the industry in marketing and promotion, experience that has served him well today, as Danny is engaged in a number of cutting-edge ventures, all tied together with the common purpose of building and growing brands and telling their stories. Usually, our chairman outlines his priorities and goals for the upcoming year in a speech at our annual convention. But in this unconventional time, Danny is delivering his remarks to the membership in a more innovative way. I am pleased to introduce the new chairman of the Wine and Spirit Wholesalers of America, here to tell the story of the year ahead, Danny Wirtz.
Hello, I'm Danny Wirtz, and I'm coming to you from my house in Chicago, unfortunately, instead of the stage at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. And it's with great pride that I join you as incoming chairman of WSWA. The opportunity to follow in the footsteps of so many great industry leaders to advance WSWA's mission and ensure its longevity for future generations is a privilege that I take with great responsibility. Like many of you, I'm lucky to be a generational leader, following in the footsteps of my dad, Rocky, his father, Bill, and my great-grandfather, Arthur Wirtz, who took a chance on buying a Fleischmann's distributorship back in 1945 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. With our partners from the Marinoff and Drucker families, Breakthru Beverage Group was built from two multi-generational family businesses, and together we carry forward a strong heritage and deep respect for those who have shaped our industry. Over time, our industry has seen some major challenges, and this year we add COVID-19 to that list. All of our member companies are rising to the occasion by supporting those in our communities directly affected by the pandemic, and all while continuing to operate under extraordinary stressful circumstances. The heroes deep within our organizations deserve our gratitude. They roll up their sleeves every day and provide energy and passion to keep things running smoothly. Whether in delivery, operations, warehouse, sales, support functions, it's these individuals keeping the core of our business running. I applaud the many ways they are being celebrated. We've heard numerous stories from the field of wholesalers going above and beyond to service the market, working overnight, on-premise, pitching in to support their colleagues at retail, distributing supplier-provided hand sanitizer into the markets, and through all of this, continuing to find ways to support local communities with food drop-offs for frontline workers. It's truly what makes our industry so great. WSWA is working hard during the crisis to carry our message and to advocate for family-owned wine and spirit wholesalers across the country with elected officials at the state and federal level. Our advocacy message is focused on sharing the critical and valuable work wholesalers perform within the industry and in their communities. We've worked hard to ensure that wholesalers are deemed essential to the marketplace and that work is providing the opportunity to keep our businesses moving forward at such a pivotal time. It has not and will not be easy, but together we are stronger. It has also become vitally apparent how interconnected we are with our customers, retailers, bars, restaurants. Because we're so closely tied, we need to ensure that our advocacy work reminds elected officials that this industry supply chain is closely connected, and when one part is hurt by the crisis, it has a ripple effect through the system. The WSWA team is highly engaged in finding the right relief measures that will help ensure our businesses remain viable and our employees connected. As we think about how to thrive and grow in the future, it's not just the traditional capabilities within our organizations that will keep us competitive. That has never been clearer than the past number of weeks for many of us. Technology solutions, e-commerce platforms, and both the need of and use of data has been significantly accelerated as nearly every state operates under shelter-in-place and other restrictive measures. COVID-19 added the urgency and illustrates the opportunity for our industry. It's up to us to chart a course out of this crisis. Collectively, this is the appropriate time to calibrate our business as the crisis highlights the shifting demand of the modern consumer. The consumer expectations have been reset. The reset will now open opportunities for the industry to collaborate and connect. By collaborating with our supplier and customer partners, we will find more efficient and effective ways to reach the end consumer. There is no better example of compliant delivery meeting consumer demand than our partners at Drizzly. Following the stay-at-home orders, Drizzly has seen their business grow more than 700% over their 2019 sales. They tell us that there are more new customers who have used their online delivery ordering app in the past 6 weeks than the previous 18 months. This business is good for retailers too. The average retailer that has orders received through Drizzly is transacting an incremental $30,000 per month through Drizzly in March and April. And reminder that the sales facilitated by Drizzly have been fulfilled by local, independent retailers whose purchases originated with an in-state and licensed wholesaler. And it's not just Drizzly, but retailers of all sizes across the country are finding ways to provide curbside pickup and engage with their consumers on a local basis via e-commerce. This rapid acceleration of e-commerce and delivery in the marketplace need to be embraced. They need to be accelerated and championed by us as an industry in order to secure our future. If we're going to advance in this evolved marketplace, we need to do it together and in partnership with our suppliers and our customers. It has been stated that we have more shared interests than differences, and the WSWA is committed to working with partners like Discus, ASDA, the Wine Institute, and other prominent trade groups and professional associations in order to find common ground and lasting solutions in coalition. Alignment and collaboration are critical beyond our industry as well. Working with Congress at the federal level and with elected officials and regulators at the state and local level are hugely important. Consider the issue of U.S. tariffs on European alcohol products. It's among the biggest near-term challenges our industry faces. The unintended consequences from these tariffs are damaging to the industry, and the longer they remain in place, the greater we will all be impacted. We are all advocates for consumer choice and free trade, and it's essential that we remain steadfast in our efforts to oppose these tariffs. WSWA, under Michelle's leadership, has taken the lead on behalf of us to raise awareness of the complex issues disrupting our industry within the federal and state officials, as well as regulators through aggressive government affairs and media outreach. We will also remain aggressive on navigating the impacts that COVID-19 has had on regulations. The relaxing of states' laws in response to this pandemic is accelerating the change, specifically how consumers purchase alcohol. We need to lead the conversation on smart regulation and engage state officials and regulators with a plan on what works within a 3-tier environment. We need to define what delivery is. We need to define what to-go and curbside should be, and most importantly, address the role wholesalers will or won't play in direct-to-consumer sales. We have always looked to the association to advance and protect advocacy priorities of the wholesalers in Washington, D.C. and our states. As our business model and regulatory structure intersect, we need to look to the association to collaborate and explore ways to share best practice and innovate new solutions and optionality for wholesalers in the marketplace. I've been very encouraged by the early interaction from some of the newly formed councils that have started up within the WSWA, all of which are made up of experts from our member companies with liaisons from the trade group. The e-commerce council is helping members explore the possibilities created by e-commerce for wholesalers. The Public Affairs Council is helping hone messaging, engage the media, and is actively telling the story of wholesalers. And the Legal Strategy Council is using the combined expertise of our member companies' legal teams and experts to work through the complicated challenges facing us, and there will be many. I'm also encouraged that the Operations Council is coming on board soon as enhancements to the logistical mission of what wholesalers meet on a daily basis. There is little doubt that the marketplace is fueled by the consumer. It's their preferences, their choices, their tastes that drive the market. From the latest flavored spirit to low alcohol alternatives to the allure of the digital marketplace and the conveniences of e-commerce. The consumer is telling us where we need to be, and it's up to us to get there. We are the linchpin in the critical supply chain. What we provide and what we do adds to the entire supply chain's ability to reach that end consumer. What we do connects suppliers with retailers, and wholesalers drive that last mile to reach the consumer wherever retailers are. Policy positions of the association, however, need to strike a balance between smart innovation to respond to the consumer demand and a regulatory process that ensures safety and competitiveness in the marketplace. When this happens, wholesalers become more competitive. To get there, we need to expand our thinking and approach, to lead with what makes us competitive, to lead with advancing solutions, and lead with the principles that ensure that the system remains the most innovative, secure, and profitable in the world. As member companies, we are all faced and focused on this new world every day. We've made some great strides in modernizing our business. We will need to continue to focus on investing in technology, supply chain expertise, data and analytics, and we also need to continue the focus and work in making our companies more diverse and inclusive. Some of you may have been in the room almost 11 years ago when my dad Rocky assumed this very role I have today. He said we can choose to get in front and direct change, or we can choose to stand still and be left behind. That statement has really stood the test of time. And we're at a time when the value of the wholesaler and this association couldn't be more clear. That's why WSWA will be staying in close touch with regular communications and engagements that will deliver valuable content throughout the year. I encourage everybody to follow the association online. Follow WSWA on LinkedIn and Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Help amplify these important messages and this important information and help us navigate this unique moment in our history. Now is the time, coming out of a crippling crisis, to meet the new world head on. Change is no longer on the horizon. It's here right now. While I wake up every day grateful for the work and the foundation set by family leaders of the past, I'm most inspired by what we can do for future generations of our company. Shaping the future for wholesalers for my daughters, for my cousins, my nieces and nephews, is a goal I know I share with all of you. Thank you for what you do every day. I'm proud to stand with you and be part of this great organization. I wish you and your families abundant health in the weeks and the months ahead. Thank you very much.